92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
A guy named Kenny is on the phone for a second date update today, and he describes his date as fun, successful, and very open.
Oh.
So either he wants us to call a person or a 24-hour bowling alley, because they are fun, successful, and they're always open.
That's a good point.
Kenny, are we calling a person or a bowling alley?
Sadly, just a person.
Oh,
man.
All right. What's her name?
Olivia.
Olivia. All right. And how did you meet Olivia?
So we met on Tinder, and we decided to meet up at a bar, and I knew right away she was definitely different than any other woman I've ever met.
Why
Really?
is that?
She was just so energetic, outgoing, and I guess what makes her different is she was very forward.
You say that in
Alright.
a way that
Yeah.
I don't know if it's good or not.
Did she take her
there-
clothes off?
Okay, no. It's not like she was taking her clothes off or anything. She's just very open.
Okay, good.
What do you mean by that? Like the way you said
I
it.
mean, we talked about everything, and I mean everything. Like, she wasn't shy.
No rules.
I
Okay,
don't
so I'm
get-
assuming
I
you're not
still-
just like talking about politics. You're talking about everything.
I'm confused what everything is. Am I missing something here? Are you implying like sexual things right now, or are you talking about like
Religion.
future plans and how many kids you want?
I mean, both of those things were covered, and
Okay.
lots of other things. It was refreshing because a lot of girls are really reserved when it comes to intimacy, especially on a first date. But she was just eager to ask about my dating history, and she wanted to tell me about hers. And, I mean, she's experienced, which, I mean, she was honest about it, so that's cool.
Okay.
totally.
Yeah. I mean, that's cool. Yeah.
Not throwing shade.
It
Whatever.
just sounds amazing. Like a girl, a woman that knows what she wants, is attractive, is secure in whatever your history is. I mean, I think this sounds great.
Yeah, plus, on top of that, she has this great job. She's a high-level executive at her startup company.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Those people are very open. Yeah. You hear about the things they do behind closed doors.
Well, I mean, it was great to hear that she's also career-oriented, so she's
Yeah.
not just this crazy party girl.
So
Okay.
why do you think she's not calling you back?
I don't know. I mean, it's something to do with what happened towards the end of the night. So
Okay.
the night started winding down, and I'm getting tired, so I'm about to say goodnight. And she says, let's go to the club and dance. And I was like, oh, I really want to, but I have to work. And
Yeah.
she insists that I stay. And then she just grabs me by the collar and kisses me.
Ooh,
And did you like that?
I loved it.
Yeah. All right. This does sound like a pretty awesome date.
Right. So, of course, when she did that, I'm like, okay, let's go to the club.
Yeah, you're anything
Yeah.
you
All right.
want.
Fine. I've got another few hours to kill. I'm
Very
awake now.
Right. But I got my second wind. So we go to the club, and we danced for a while, but eventually I told her, like, I just couldn't stay.
Uh-huh.
I had to leave. And she asked if I could at least wait until some of her friends showed up and met her there.
Yeah.
So I did. And when her friends came, I mean, she just left me there.
Oh,
Like, no goodbye kiss, nothing.
Did she have friends on the way, or she wanted to stay and like invited friends and had to wait for them?
Well, no, it was just us. But then when I said I really have to go, that's when she said, okay, let me text my friends, and they'll come meet me up.
Okay.
And then she asked me to wait for them to show up. I said, yeah, of course. And we kept dancing, and I was pushing my limit.
So she just wanted to stay out and party.
Right. And so it's kind of a red flag, and I feel like maybe that's why she's not calling me, because, I mean, she just took off when her friends got there.
Oh, she thinks
Like
you're
you guys
boring?
were like sitting at the bar together, they show up and she just leaves without saying anything to you?
No, we were dancing, and then her friends showed up, and there's this big, like, yeah, with all her friends and everything, and then
Yeah.
they just all moved to the bar, and she didn't introduce me to any of them or anything.
Did she at least say goodbye to you?
I mean, she technically said goodbye to me, but it was really quick. It was just like a wave as her friends were kind of pulling her off to the bar. And I thought, like, okay, we've been together for hours. It's not like I don't need this big special goodbye, because I'm thinking, well, I'm going to see her again. I'm excited to see her again.
But that sounds like a reason you wouldn't call her back, not a reason she wouldn't call you back.
Right, and I definitely don't have a reason to not call her back.
Well, she may think you're boring
Yeah,
because
maybe.
you didn't stay
Yeah.
out all night.
Well, that's what I'm worried about, because she's awesome. And it was just this, I had to work in the morning.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would love to stay out all night with her.
Have you tried to call her since?
I mean, I texted her a few times, and there's been no response. So I feel like if I call at this point, I start looking kind of desperate.
Yeah,
Right.
have us call instead because that's way less desperate.
How many days has it been?
Exactly. I mean, it's been 4 days now.
Okay.
I'm really confused about it, and I definitely want to see her again.
Okay.
for sure.
All right. Well, play a song and then come back and call her and get your second date update, okay?
Thank you.
Yep. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
We're in the middle of a second date update, and if you're just tuning in, this dude named Kenny is on the phone, and he wants to call Olivia. They met on Tinder and ended up going out for drinks, and he described her as being very successful, very open, because they talked about a lot of sexual things.
She was blunt.
And she was very blunt about her past and wanted to know about his past, and he liked that. And he said that she was just fun and outgoing. And at one point during the date, she even grabbed him and kissed him before she asked him to go dancing. He agreed to go dancing for a little while, but he had to work in the morning, so he left. And she invited her friends to come down and hang out with her. She didn't even really say goodbye to him. He just left the club, and she was like, all right, see you later. He thinks that maybe she's not calling back because he was a bit too boring for her or something like that. Kenny, do you think that maybe she met somebody else while she stayed at the club?
Oh.
I hope not.
It sounds like she was wanting you to hang out with her all night.
Oh.
Right. Yeah.
If anything, too, I mean, it sounds like you guys had a real connection. Like you connected on more than just a party level.
I agree. I feel like we had something special.
Yeah, she
All right.
obviously didn't.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Definitely not.
I hope not.
All right, well, I'm going to dial her phone number right now and see if we can figure it out, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, may I speak to Olivia, please?
speaking.
Hey, Olivia, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
I'm sorry, what?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
Okay. What is this?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
All right, how can I help you?
Have you heard of us before?
I guess maybe, yeah, I think I've heard of you guys
Okay.
in the past.
Okay, cool. Well, now
But
we're
why
in
are
the
you calling?
I'm calling because
She's so annoyed by you.
yeah, we do. I'll get to the point. I can tell you're busy.
Yeah.
We do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody, right?
Okay, right. And you, follow them or something
Follow
No.
them? That
and,
would be really
check in with them later?
No, no. That means
Okay.
Kind of.
No.
Yeah, sorry, I don't have time to listen to radio shows in the morning.
okay.
So,
No worries.
okay.
It's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then blow them off, they can email us to call you and figure out what went wrong. So we got an email about you from this dude named Kenny.
Okay.
Kenny told us about your date. He said he really liked hanging out with you, but he's wondering why you won't get back to him.
Oh, Kenny. He's a nice guy, but he just can't keep up with what I need. So,
Are you
that's pretty much it.
are you saying that because he went home and he didn't stay out and party with you?
No, that was definitely a red flag to me, admittedly, I'm a lot to deal with. Even my friends think so, but, I have needs, and he just couldn't meet them.
Right, but you guys went out for drinks and then danced a little bit. And I'm having trouble figuring out why you say he can't keep up with you and what even you really mean by that.
If you want me to go there, can I be candid with you? I don't care.
Yes, sure.
But, I consider myself a very sexual being. And I need a guy that can keep up. And I guarantee that sweet Kenny cannot.
Why?
How do you know?
Why do you think that? You guys kissed, but that's it. So how would you even know?
Well, I kissed him. I kissed him. He did not make any moves. And, I'm just the type of girl that, admittedly, I have a high sex drive, and I need to get busy, every day, more than once.
More than
And
one.
I need a guy that can provide that for me, even if it means dropping everything at a moment's notice, meeting me for lunch and,
Wow.
So wait,
he can't,
You are open.
he can't do it.
How do
In our interaction, he cannot do that.
But you
Okay.
didn't
But
even...
how could you possibly tell that I couldn't keep up? We'd never even done it
Yeah.
once.
Here we go.
Oh my God, I forgot. You guys like ambush people when they speak the truth.
Yeah.
guess.
So you
Way
have
to put
listened
it.
to the show before. You weren't lying. Yeah, that's Kenny. He was supposed to wait until we brought him on, but he started yelling, and I don't even know if he's there anymore. Kenny, are you still
I
there?
mean, you're just letting her go on with this. That's ridiculous. We went on one date.
I mean, I can just tell over the years, like, I've learned to read the signs, and all the signs were there. You just couldn't do it.
What sign?
I mean, Exhibit A, you had to go to bed early because you mentioned you had work in the morning.
What?
For me, like, I have a very important job, and I stayed out all night. Like, I just, you just pound a couple of Red Bull and you make a night of it. Like, I was ready to party with you. You were not down for that. And then B, I mean, I have to say, like, your dancing was a bit of a concern. You know,
Oh, my
There's
God.
the real truth.
He's not a good dancer?
you can tell a lot from how a person moves on the dance floor. And, I could tell, like, there's just, like, a sexual energy that you're missing. And, like, I just need that energy.
I have the energy. I was just tired that night.
Oh.
I think that's exactly what she
And I
said.
gauged you at the bar and at the club. And, like, I could tell from the kiss we have, like, it's just not happening, you know?
So
I could do it. That's ridiculous.
he wants to be up for the challenge. Olivia, I mean, a nicer way maybe to say this is that maybe your guys' chemistry just isn't there, right? I mean, I think that that's what you're saying.
Sure.
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 It's just a difference in, like, sexual drive, sexual energy. Like, I need it, like, 5 to 6 times a day.
Dang,
Whoa.
it's getting worse as we talk to her.
That is so much.
That's
I mean,
a
and
lot.
you work? Like, where do we fit all this in?
Well, no, that's why I need a guy who can just, like, drop anything at a moment's notice when I get the urge.
Oh.
Like, if I don't get it 5 or 6 times a day,
Jeez.
this is serious. Like, I can't focus. Like, I'm just off. My brain gets foggy. I can't focus on my job. It's just like that itch you need to scratch, and I have it, like, multiple times a day.
Okay.
Just
And you
constantly.
don't think Kenny can scratch it?
I don't think he could. I mean, he's a
I
sweetheart.
could.
He really
I could.
Poor Kenny.
I could make that happen.
Kenny's excited now. He's like, please.
It's really cute that you think that, but, like, no, you couldn't.
Can't write me off like that. Just give me a chance. I could be a sexual dynamo.
You did not use the word dynamo. Oh my God.
I mean, you're so adorable. Like, I'm not trying to shame you. Seriously, I bet you're truly a rock star in your own way.
Oh, she just patted you on the head over the phone.
Condescending.
I mean, I'm just on a different level. I mean, my friends know this about me. Ask any one of them,
No.
and they will tell
Please.
you themselves.
Please, give me a chance.
He's just
He's
begging.
begging
Kenny,
now.
stop begging.
I'll beg
It's not cute. It's not what she wants.
We had an amazing time. Just give me a shot.
All right, Olivia, would you like to go out with Kenny again? One more date. We'll pay for it.
Olivia, I'll do whatever it takes. I'll take the whole day off work. All right? I'll chug a bunch of Red Bull. We'll do whatever you want to do. Just give me a chance.
I think we know what she wants to do.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that has been very clear.
What do you think, Olivia? You want to give Kenny one more shot? Or 6 more shots?
Please.
You know what? I mean, here's what I'll do. I'm feeling a little urge happening.
No.
So if you can meet me in 30 minutes,
Oh, God.
I will give you that chance.
Oh.
30 minutes from right now?
Yeah, a half hour, meet me, and I'll give you a chance.
Seriously? You're not joking? Like a half hour from right now?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Wow. Okay. Look, I'm supposed to have this meeting. It's a conference call in like 20 minutes.
Oh, God. Do you see? This is what that's what I thought.
Yeah, Kenny, it's a conference call.
Wait, hold on.
God.
I can make this happen. Okay, text me where to meet you.
Are you gonna miss the conference call and do it?
I mean, I'll have my assistant take notes or something. Let's just text me the address.
Okay, Kenny. I mean, this is your shot. Like, I still don't think that it's going to happen, but if you want to try and play in the big leagues, then I'm texting you now.
Oh my God.
All right.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Oh, okay. Kenny's like jumping up and down right now.
Yay.
Kenny, congratulations. Successful second date update.
Okay, yeah, no, thanks. Can we wrap this up? I got a lot to do right now. Like, I got to send some emails, and I got to get to where Olivia is.
Yeah.
We're at a
How about
time
it?
crunch at
All
this
right.
point.
Yeah. He's going to have a heart attack.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Cheerio.
Mate?
Is everyone ready for the second date update?
Not if you're going to talk like that.
It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning, moving 92.5. Why am I speaking in a horrible British accent?
Oh, that's what that was.
Yeah, because Jackie met George at a bar,
Yeah.
and George happens to be a sexy Englishman.
Oh, man. Have I fallen for an accent before, too?
Isn't that right, Jackie?
That is absolutely right.
So tell us a little bit about your evening with George.
We met out and everyone was drinking and we started catching looks at each other across the bar, you know?
Okay, so you guys were in two separate groups, like total strangers.
Yeah. Total strangers.
So who made the first move?
It was very he would move a little closer and then I'd move a little closer. You know what I mean? Where you keep positioning yourself in the group so you're
Right.
facing him. It was very coy, very sweet,
Nice.
very British, I think.
Yeah.
And
He just kept getting closer, going, cheerio.
Hello.
Hello, love.
Oh, my gosh. So, and then you guys struck up a conversation, and then what happened?
well, I immediately was like, "Oh my God, you're British," which is an idiot thing to say. But I was like, "Oh," because you know what I mean. You hear those accents, and it's you just melt, you
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
girl
I'm the
melt.
same way with Australian accents. I meet a dude with an Australian accent, I am
Melt.
melt. Yeah.
I am with you. I am a sucker for
Can
accents.
you imagine how annoying that is, though? Because if a guy came up to you, Brooke, and was like, "Oh, you're American,"
God, that's hot. That's such a
Wow.
hot accent.
If I was in another country and they told me I had a hot accent, I would not find that annoying at all. I would eat it up.
So, Jackie, you enjoyed your time with him, and obviously you liked his accent a lot.
Yeah. And he explained, he's like, "Oh, I'm just here for the semester. I teach. I'm working at one of the colleges
Okay.
in English history. So he's smart. He's tall, dark, handsome."
Wait,
I was like,
a tall,
"Oh, God."
dark, handsome Englishman just in town for a semester teaching at a very prestigious university.
This sounds like a movie.
Or this guy has a great act.
yeah, Jackie, did you check his teeth and see if they're messed up? That's the true test.
No, he had American quality teeth.
And so you're not obviously looking for a relationship. You're just looking for a good time. I mean, this guy's not going to be around for very long.
I mean, kind of, but a semester's a long time, and no need of predicting anything. Who knows? Maybe his stay could get extended, or I've never been to England. Maybe
Oh,
I'd
wow.
go there. So who knows?
Jackie, you are jumping. Woo!
Love goes international, you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah. So did you go actually on a date?
We hung out a long time that night.
Did
Yeah.
you seal the deal?
Yeah, which is not really my style, but we were all drinking,
Jackie,
and
All right.
don't
you
say
know,
that.
I just- it happened.
Okay. Yeah,
But
sometimes.
it was fun. Own it if you're going to own it,
Right, there you go. Yeah.
Hello, this is fun.
So apparently it was good if you want to see him again. What happened in the morning?
The morning was pretty fast. He had to go to class, and I had to get my life back together, as you do after a night of drinking.
Did he say he was going to ring your telly again for another date?
I'll ring you.
Yeah, I mean, we were both like, I'd love to see you again. And then I finally called him, and the phone just kept ringing. It didn't go to voicemail. It didn't do anything. And I was like, well, that's weird. Maybe the phones are acting. I don't know, So I called back, and it just never does anything. It just keeps ringing and ringing. No voicemail, no nothing.
Jackie, sometimes your crazy is different than other people's crazy. How many times are we talking?
I've probably called him a total of 5 times
Okay.
over the course of 2 days.
That's
much.
quite a bit.
Yeah.
That's too much.
Well, yeah, but the first 2 or 3 were back to back to back because I didn't know if his phone was.
That's not
Makes
making
it
it
even
better.
Okay, Jackie, we're going to call him after this song and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, thanks,
All right,
guys.
just hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
I'm excited about this next half of the second date update,
Oh, no.
mostly because this will be the first time I've talked to an Englishman since I did that phone tap on that guy.
Oh,
Oh, so good.
Still probably one of my favorite phone taps all time. If you haven't heard it, you can go find it on our website, moving925.com. We've got Jackie on the phone with us now. Jackie told us about a guy that she met at a bar while she was out with friends, an Englishman. He's in town for a semester teaching at one of the local universities, and they spent a lovely night together, and she wants to spend a few more lovely nights together before he goes back to Englandville.
Yeah. Jackie, I'm all in support of, like, you know, a hookup if that's what your goal is, but it sounds like you called him 5 times.
Well, yeah, so part of why I called him 5 times is because, like, I didn't know what his phone was doing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I get it. It's totally bananas that I was, like, called him 3 times in a row. But I was like, oh, my God, is his phone? I don't know. You know, sometimes phones are weird and they act up and you have to, like...
Especially for an English guy. Maybe you're down not enough numbers. Maybe you need, like, 17 numbers in there.
You need the country code?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
All right.
No, it was an American phone. It was an American phone.
All right, Jackie, you ready to call him?
Ready.
Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to George, please?
George speaking.
Hey, George, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. I'm moving 92.5. How are you?
All right.
Listen, we host a local morning show in town here in Seattle. I'm sure you probably have heard of us. I know we're big across the pond.
No, I'm sorry. Never heard of you.
No? Okay. Well, we have a local morning show here, and you went out with a girl on a date who's a friend of mine, and she's been trying to get a hold of you because she'd love to see you again, but you're not answering her phone calls, so she asked me to call you for her.
All right. Actually, what was her name?
Her name was Jackie. You met her at a bar a little while ago?
Oh, yes. Yes, Jackie.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's just curious why you don't want to see her again, or if you do want to see her again.
I do want to see her again. I've just been very busy. And we had a wonderful night that night. I saw her across the bar, and she was lovely, and we got on quite well. I actually liked her. It's been hard to answer this line.
So there's no other reason why you're not calling her back. You've just been busy.
Oh, yes. Teaching classes during the day, and then at night, and it's very hard to get social.
Hey, George.
What?
I need to be honest with you.
Yep.
We're a show that does our homework.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And before we call anybody, we try to find out as much as we can about them.
Right. Okay.
That's why my producer Boyd, looked up all your information, checked around at the university that you claim to be working at.
Oh, no.
And found no record of an English guy with your name being employed there for the semester.
George!
What?
George, be honest! What the hell, dude?
Red-handed.
Did you put on a whole act just to get a girl in bed or what?
Okay, listen. All right, my name's not George.
I knew it! You sounded too much like a character from Clue and not enough like a real English person. Oh, you big fat liar, George.
Well, my brothers and I and my friends, we use the accent because, it helps. It helps to pick up chicks.
Yeah.
My name's actually Kevin.
Kevin,
Do you really have a separate phone line for, your British George character?
Yeah, this is my British phone.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
so what do you do then? Okay, so you gave her this romantic story about how you're in from London and you're teaching for the semester and I'm just an educated man looking to have a little fun while I'm in town. Who are you? Who are you, Kevin?
Well, I actually live in town. I live by the airport.
Okay.
And I work at Target.
Hey,
That's
Kevin,
such a contrast.
But so you lied. Do you regret lying to Jackie that night?
There's no harm intended. I actually really like Jackie. It's more interesting being a professor from the UK than a cashier at Target, isn't it?
Definitely,
Oh,
yeah.
That story is perfect.
And that's why I didn't answer the phone because, how am I going to keep it going?
Right. Hey,
I had to-
George.
Yeah, go ahead.
George or Kevin or whatever your name is.
Yeah.
Jackie is actually on the other line right now
Ooh.
and heard everything you just said.
I can't believe your name is Kevin F.
Oh my God. Oh. Oh my.
Now what?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's Kevin. Yes.
You're sorry you lied to me for an entire night and then didn't call me back?
Well,
Like, you lied to me all night about, like, wanting to show me all the beautiful things in London and, like, wanting to take me to Big Ben and how beautiful it is when the fog lifts in the morning. Like, is all of that just a lie? It has to be. It is.
Obviously, because the fog doesn't lift in the morning, but yeah. No, I have an uncle that he grew up in London, and that's how I knew about those things. So it was kind of a lie, but it's from real sources.
And real sources. And Jackie, he kind of delivered on his.
100% now.
Jackie, he did kind of deliver on his promise. He took you to see Big Ben later.
Hey-o.
Right? Yes,
you did. Dude, why do you have to have, like, such a weird way to pick up women? Why can't you just, like, be a normal, great guy and pick up women? Like, if you have to lie just to get someone to go home with you.
Would you have gone home with me if I told you I was a cashier at Target and lived by the airport?
Interesting.
Long pause.
Yeah.
I know the answer to that because it's happened to me before. I mean, women are looking for somebody that'll support them, and I know this is a bullshit way to get laid, but
Well, George or Kevin, it's not a bullshit way to get laid because it worked.
Oh. Yeah.
So.
No, tell it. It's an efficient way.
Yeah. But you actually, I mean, Jackie, he says he likes you and would like to see you again. Would you give him a shot? We will pay for you to go out again on a second date. And you can go out with the American guy named Kevin, who lives by the airport and works at Target, and see if you actually enjoy his company.
Let's think about the story you could tell your friends, like you met this British guy at the bar, and then he turned out to be Kevin at Target, and he's a really nice guy, and I like him.
Oh, nice, Kevin.
This is, like, maybe against my better judgment, but he is a really sweet guy, even though he's possibly a compulsive liar.
Wow, those are some famous philosophies right there.
As many questions as I want to, and you have to answer them brutally honestly, then yes, I will go on a second date with you.
Yes.
Jackie, are you not worried this is like a major red flag? What if he turns out to have 12 kids and is like an ex-con?
Well, then he'll have to tell me that because I get to ask questions and he has to be honest.
And
there you go.
If he says he's honest, I believe him. He won't lie.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Second date update.
A woman emailed us for a second date update recently named Jamie. And in her email, Jamie says she gets hit on by guys all the time, and she's so over it.
Good on you, Jamie.
Girl, preaching to the choir. My LinkedIn account is like a thirst trap. Every time I log in there, I got these billionaire CEOs DMing me hey, Jeff, I got a job for you if you're interested. And I'm like, oh.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have made your LinkedIn profile pic that shirtless one you have.
Yeah, I didn't know LinkedIn was that thirsty.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm getting a lot of hits on my account. What can I say? So, Jamie, I feel you.
You guys are hilarious.
Where are you getting hit on at?
Online, walking down the street, It's
Hold on. If you're getting hit on so much, why are you on the phone with us?
Because I find that most guys, especially if they're attractive, are kind of the same.
Okay.
Like, there's not a lot going on, right?
I don't appreciate you talking about us like that, okay? Us hot guys have a lot going on.
And some of us ugly guys are dumb too, okay?
And so I'm guessing you met one that was hot and smart?
Yes, and amazingly original.
Oh.
Does he have a name?
Jeremy is his name.
Okay. And where'd you meet Jeremy?
We met online, and he had the best pickup line ever.
Oh, I love terrible pickup lines.
I know, to share.
They're like dad jokes.
What'd he say?
Jose's taking notes.
No, it was awesome. So he texted me, he said, do you like water? And I said, yeah.
Yeah.
And he wrote, good, because you already like 70% of me.
What? That is so stupid.
That's so bad. Oh, my God.
You like that, huh?
I mean, he's a funny dude.
Oh, my gosh. I love it. You loved it. So how did the conversation go?
It was awesome. And then so he invited me to dinner, and we both love Chinese, so we did that. And like when you walked in, I was like, oh, my God, he's totally adorable.
Oh, my God. You were so excited. What were you feeling? Were you nervous? Were you?
Yeah, I was really nervous, and I got
TMI. I got a little gassy, like when I was.
Oh no, you did
Wait,
not.
you're a hot girl that's farting on a first date? I kind of love you. Oh my God, why do I love you?
A hot chick who just poots when she's nervous?
I'm a farter.
All right.
I was totally nervous, but like he looked like the cutest shark. Like he looked like a shark. Like
What are you?
Does this have to do with the water stuff
Wait,
again?
Why do you say you look like a shark?
Because his eyes were like far apart, like on each side of his head a little bit.
Like a deer?
I don't know. Typically, that's not a good
What?
thing.
So he got a hammerhead
I mean,
face,
I
and
grew
you're
up in
like,
small town Idaho, and you got to watch out for those eyes being, it's usually a sign of.
No, I'm like
Just
literally
saying.
worried about this guy and you now.
I don't know. I mean, I thought it was adorable. Like he was like my little stuffed shark,
I really hope you didn't say it to him, though.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
But he was seriously cute.
Okay.
Okay.
We're going to trust you on that one
Yeah,
because the description isn't matching up with
I'm
that.
literally imagining a hammerhead.
Yeah.
So,
It's his eyes going all over
Just
the
pointing
place.
completely different directions.
so how was the romantic connection between you and Shark Boy?
It was intense, definite chemistry. We had a lot in common.
Okay.
We were both, this is so silly, but it was so cool. We were both our high school mascots.
Oh.
Okay.
I will say, I think that takes a particular personality.
Mhm.
And if you can be a mascot, you probably are attracted to other mascots.
And that's why you're so outgoing, probably.
Yeah.
Were you
What?
the sharks at your
Yeah.
high school?
What were the
That's why you
mascots? Yeah, that'd be so perfect.
I was an Indian.
Oh.
Questionable these days.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the
Yep.
time, sure, it was
Don't
great.
post those pictures online.
We apologize to all our listeners who are going to be offended.
What about
Please,
him?
please tell me he was something like a tiger. Please, please tell me a tiger.
Yeah.
He was a hippo.
They were the hippo.
Oh my God.
I wish we were the hippos in high school.
Go Hippos! That is the worst.
That is just.
I can't think of a worse high school mascot than Quicksand maybe would be worse.
Oh my God.
Quicksand, we suck.
But you have to understand, I collect hippos.
Wow, we just came full circle
Hold on.
there. Are you being for real?
That's one of
Did
those
you?
signs.
I
Like-
collect hippos.
This,
So-
All right,
this is,
Jamie,
this
we
is
we
so
have to ask: is this a real call?
Yeah, and second,
Is this real? This doesn't even. This sounds like you're
totally.
making this up.
I mean, think about it, Jamie. You went out with a guy whose eyes are so far apart he looked like a shark. You were both mascots. You're incredibly racist.
Yeah, and you collect.
You collect hippos and he was a hippo.
Oh,
Okay,
guys.
can we have a break? These two, how are you guys
I
inconsolable
can't
right
stop
now?
laughing. It's the whole thing.
Listen, I believe, everyone be quiet. I believe in love. I think your date has gone great so far. You have tons of chemistry. Even though these guys think you're a weirdo, you guys are weirdos together.
I gotta tell you, it's a really bad sign when Jose signs off as a sign of approval on a date. So
Wait,
It is, but
wait,
still.
did you kiss Shark Boy?
He paid for dinner,
okay.
and we were leaving, and I could tell he was nervous, so I actually walked him to his car, and it was like the time for like maybe a kiss to happen.
Yeah.
And then you heard dun 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 dun.
He's coming in.
I pulled it together. Stop
Okay,
it,
sorry.
Jeffrey.
Sorry, he's going for the kiss.
Oh my God.
Yes.
But he didn't do it. Like, he just said, he was like, oh, I got to go. I'll call you in a bit. And it kind of ended abruptly.
Oh,
This
man.
is cute.
So what's your theory? Why do you think he's not calling you back?
I think he liked me,
Mm-hmm.
but he's just nervous.
Or he didn't see you call because of his eyes.
Oh my God! You gotta leave him alone.
We have to play a song.
Hold
We
on.
have to come back.
You
I have
gotta
to
stop talking. This is
All right.
Sorry, Jamie, I can't do this right now.
All right, Jamie.
Is this just gonna be us laughing?
All right.
No, I'm
Come on,
gonna
we need to
pull
help
it
this
together.
person.
All
I'll
right.
pull it
We are
together.
Jamie,
professionals, you guys.
I'm
Let's
so
do this.
sorry. Yes, we're going to play a song. We're going to pull it together. And we're going to come back. And we're going to call this guy and get your second date update, okay?
Oh, guys.
Okay, Jamie.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, we've composed ourselves.
Have you, though? I don't think so.
We got the giggles out. We're ready to focus.
Professionals.
So if you're just tuning in, we're on the phone with Jamie, and she recently went out with a guy that she met online named Jeremy.
Do you see how serious his voice is?
They took a drive, and they got Chinese food together.
The Jaws music?
He had to look both ways before they crossed the street,
He always does.
turning his full body. Then they bonded over both being high school mascots. He was a hippo. She was something that's not PC to say. And that night, at the Chinese restaurant, it was a feeding frenzy. Nothing was left on that plate.
Oh, why?
But things did go well.
Yeah, that's good.
Jamie even thought she was going to get a kiss at the end of the night, but instead Jeremy said he'd call her, and that has not happened.
Yeah.
So she's looking for our help, and I really want to get you another date. Okay, Jamie?
And I want another date.
Yeah.
You're being a good sport, Jamie. Listen, you called him Shark Boy. That's what initially set it all off. But I am totally supportive of your venture into love.
I don't believe Brooke.
Yeah. I've dated a lot of guys. This is the one. I'm telling you.
Whoa. Okay, let's not put too much pressure on it before we call
A
him.
lot of fish in the sea, but this is the shark that has stolen her heart. All right, let's call him and see if we can get you a second date update, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Can I speak to Jeremy, please?
Yeah, this is Jeremy speaking.
Hey, Jeremy. My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. Do you have a moment to talk with us?
How can I help you guys?
Well, we do something on our show called a second date update. And that's where if you go out on a date with someone and afterwards they're not calling you back, you can reach out to us and we'll give them a call to try and figure out the reason why. And recently you went out on a date with a woman named Jamie.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
All right.
So you're not calling her back, and that's a little bit confusing to her because she says that she had a great time with you that night.
Okay, she told you about our date.
Yeah. I mean, she mentioned a few things. She said that you guys met online, and she mentioned that she was attracted to your look and your personality.
And she said you had an awesome pickup line about the water.
The water thing? Yeah.
See, even you're tickled with yourself.
So she told us that she thought there was even going to be a kiss at the end of the night, but you just got in your car and kind of took off and got out of there. So it kind of sent mixed messages, and she wants to know, like, what's going on? Why aren't you getting back to her?
We have a lot in common. We were both, like, mascots in our high school.
Right. She mentioned that you were the hippos and...
Yeah, whoomp, whoomp, whoomp.
Oh, my God. Is that what it is? Is that what you did?
Go Hippo!
Yeah.
One more time, please.
You do, like, a big whoomp, 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 and then everybody in the stadium goes whoomp, whoomp, whoomp.
Yeah!
It's actually way cooler than I expected it to be.
Yeah. So what's the deal then? Why aren't you calling her?
Well, it's really not been that long. It's only been, I think, 7? I mean,
A weekish?
It doesn't matter.
Are you just playing the super cool game and you're going to wait like a month and a half before you call her back?
No, look, she told you guys that we went out for Chinese food.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so at the end of a meal at a Chinese restaurant, you get a fortune cookie.
Yeah.
And usually I don't pay too much attention unless they really, like, jump out and bite me in the nose.
Well, if your fortune cookie's biting you in the nose, it's probably not a fortune cookie.
You know what I mean. Metaphorically speaking, I looked down at this fortune cookie at the end of our date, and it actually made my heart skip a beat.
Whoa.
Seriously, it was one of those, like, fate is telling me something right now.
Or it's just a fortune cookie that was made in a giant factory.
No,
and
hold on. They come to you for a reason,
No,
Brooke.
they
Out
don't,
of
you
millions
guys,
of cookies,
no.
you get one for you.
Says the guy who buys scratch lotto tickets
Yeah,
all the
and I
time,
won
thinking he's
$50
gonna. Yeah.
last week.
All right.
Anyway.
All right, Jeremy, what does it say?
It says, you're not with the right person in your life right now. Old love comes back.
Oh, dude.
Oh no!
That's
What?
sketchy.
Come on.
You're not over your ex, are you? Is that what we're hearing?
There's one person who, I still definitely have feelings for, but it's the fortune more than it is, like, the possibility of that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't have ever expected that she would call, but seeing that fortune, I was like,
no, stop, Jose. I mean, like, you're making life decisions based on what a cookie is telling you. Like,
fortune.
You guys, listen. I mean, you've got to say that out loud, right? And think that is pretty ridiculous.
I don't think it's that crazy. Like, yeah, sure, there's definitely some superstition in there, but like...
Some? It's all superstition, Jeremy. Like, you liked her.
So have you heard from your ex then, or have you not?
I have not.
Okay, so
it's a waiting game, I think, is what the fortune cookie sounded like.
Oh, so you're just waiting for...
How long do we have to wait?
So right now, I was thinking a month. I don't get committed to anyone for a month, and I see what happens.
Okay.
Is that the time limit on the fortune cookie? I mean, here's the thing. You're reading so much into this. The fortune cookie could have been talking about something totally different than a romantic partner. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you could...
You're not with the right person, right? I literally looked up and saw her staring into my eyes across the table.
Oh.
So she did everything right. It was just the cookie.
I mean, almost like the problem was that everything was going too right. You know what I mean? Like, the fortune cookie was like, take a step back.
Well, yeah.
What do you tell someone?
Well, I guess we don't have to tell her anything because Jeremy already did. Because, Jeremy, we didn't let you know this before, but Jamie's been on the other line listening this entire time, and she wants to talk to you.
You're not serious.
Fortune says I am. Jamie?
Hi.
Oh.
Hey.
Hi, Jeremy.
It's good to hear from you, I guess.
Not weird circumstances.
I hope you don't mind that I called a radio station.
I mean, my cheeks are definitely red, but I've done stupider things than this before.
Oh, my God, Jeremy, listen to you. You like this girl. I can hear it in your voice.
Yeah, I do. Of course I do. But, I got to follow my intuition, my fortune.
Yeah, player's got to play.
No, that's not what he's saying.
Player's got to wait for... What?
I mean,
Brooke's right.
So I heard what you said, and I get it. I mean, we talked about fate and right place, right time, and signs and things.
Wow.
I just wish it didn't say that because we have such a good connection.
Oh.
I will say, it's not that I don't want to go out with you forever now. It's just, if something happens in the next month, I would feel remiss to not follow up on that. Like maybe another fortune will come up. Maybe I should get Chinese food more often. And next time I'll get a fortune that's like, no, that was the right one.
Disregard last cookie.
Yes.
Is that how it works?
I guess.
I have the lucky numbers on the back of my fortune cookie, too.
Ooh,
maybe I'll pick it.
What if I guess the lucky numbers? Would that be a good sign if I can guess some of the lucky numbers?
How do you guess the lucky numbers?
Makes just as much sense as taking your dating advice from a fortune cookie, so let's try it.
Okay.
I mean, how about let's just try to land one of them.
All right.
Yeah, that's more realistic.
I have a number in my gut.
Oh.
Okay.
What is it?
Okay.
I'm kind of nervous.
Before I say the number, I just want to tell you how amazing you are.
Oh, my God.
That's super sweet.
And you're so freaking cute. 11.
That's the number I was thinking. I'm not even joking.
Uh-oh. Jerry, maybe you're supposed to date Brooke.
Brooke believes now. Now you're all about fortune
It just felt
cookies.
like Hippo and 11 went together for some reason.
What?
What is it? Is 11 there? Is 11 there? I'm invested now.
Yeah, 11's there.
Oh, dang.
Whoa.
Oh, my God. Did she just override the cookie?
No, here's what I'm thinking. The 11th of next month, second date.
Lame.
Man, that's a long wait.
Jeremy, she guessed the number on your fortune cookie.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And that seems like a sign for me to ask you if you'd like to go out on another date with her.
Yes.
Because we'll pay for it.
My superstition's getting the best of me, guys. I'm sticking with the 11th of next month. It's in the stars.
Oh, come on.
Wow. Well, he's not saying
Really?
no at least, right?
Will you wait that long, Jamie? Do you want to wait that long?
I can wait until the 11th.
Aw, see? Hey, look, this doesn't mean you guys can't text each other and talk. You just can't meet until the 11th.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to send me a few pics before the 11th, it would be nice to at least see you again.
Maybe dress up in your high school mascot outfit and send it over to him.
Oh, stop.
All right, well.
I'm looking forward to it.
Congratulations, Jamie. We got you your second date. Just, you have to wait a little bit.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! Okay.
What is
Huzzah!
that?
Huzzah!
I hear you, girl. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah, whoa, whoa, whoa.
You know, whenever we do second dates, some people actually want a second date. Some people just want to figure out what happened on their date and why the person isn't calling them back. Yeah. And then there's Sean, who's on the phone for a second date right now, and he wants both, pretty much. He says it was one of the strangest dates he's ever been on.
Ooh.
So, Sean, how are you?
Hey, guys. I'm good. I'm just trying to figure things out.
Yeah, I mean, most people who do this segment say that their date was bad or something, but strange is an interesting description to me.
Yeah, I've just been trying to figure it out, and I don't understand. I've asked my friends. I could use some help here.
Okay. What's the girl's name you want to call?
Jessica.
Jessica. All right. And tell us a little bit about your date with Jessica.
Okay. Where to start?
Oh, no.
All right. So we met online.
Mm-hmm.
She's super cute. So I figure, okay, let's go to a bar. Let's talk. So we go to this Irish pub, and you know those dates where it's just like not right, you know, where like you're trying to have conversation, but there's always this awkward silence or long pauses, and you can kind of like never get any momentum.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
Sounds fun.
It was just painful.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no.
All right, so this is happening. I've had this situation before. It's like there's not chemistry or whatever. So after like 45 minutes, you know, I gave it the good old college try or whatever. We weren't clicking, so I just say like, hey, we can just leave. We can just end this date, and that's okay.
And what did she say to that?
She seemed super relieved.
Okay.
So there were no hard feelings. You know, we're both adults. Like, it all feels very copacetic or whatever. Wow. And then she asks me to walk her to her apartment, which, you know, it's relatively early in the evening, but the sun's down. And so she says she just wants to have somebody take her back to her apartment. And that makes sense to me, you know, just to be a nice guy, I say sure.
Okay.
Okay.
And we're walking to her apartment, and I guess, like, thinking back, like, the conversation started getting a little bit better, you know, like, there was a little less tension in the air or whatever as we were walking.
So now you're getting along.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. We get to her place, and I have no idea why she did this, but she invites me up.
What?
I guess things got a lot better then.
Whoa.
Right?
So you went from let's end the date, this is horribly awkward, to come on up to my place.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on either. In my head, I was thinking, really? Like, I didn't say that out loud, but I was totally thinking it.
Yeah. So, did the date continue up there?
Surprisingly, it did.
Really?
I had, like, no expectations. Yeah, I wasn't planning on anything happening. I was just like, all right, well, let's see what happens, you know?
Like, or maybe she was just even inviting you to be polite because she thought it was the polite thing to do after you walked her home.
I don't know. I guess my mom's friends would say, like, do you want a glass of water or something? It wasn't, like, that polite, but,
Right,
you know.
right.
So how did things go up there?
We're hanging out, and we're watching TV. We start watching some game shows, and we're laughing about how cheesy that is. And I guess, like, because all the tension was gone and because we were laughing with each other and just being ourselves, you know, one thing leads to another, and we end up hooking up.
Oh, my God.
Did she, I mean, did she initiate this?
I'm sure dudes say this all the time. It felt like it was mutual. It didn't feel like one of us made the initiating.
Yeah.
That's a big switch from not wanting to talk to you to
now they can't keep
doing
their hands
that.
off each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why, as I remember it, I did not initiate because, you know, it felt like it was so not going to happen. So anyway, that happens. It's really nice. She's great, whatever. And
she's great, whatever.
I mean, I don't want to give details. You know, I want to be
No, it's
polite.
fine. It's fine. Did you stay the night?
Well, here's the thing. She gets up to use the bathroom, and then I hear the apartment door close.
Okay.
And I wait for 45 minutes alone in her apartment.
What?
She left?
She just left me in her apartment.
That's weird.
Whoa, weird.
She must
So
have
what'd
really
you-
wanted to get out of there.
Yeah.
After 45 minutes, I was like, all right, I don't know what's going on. She didn't text me or leave a note or anything, so I just left.
Wow.
Huh.
She wasn't
so she
like, wait.
ghosted you in her own apartment.
Right? Like, was it a weird booty call that she didn't want to? I don't know.
Yeah.
So anyway, like, I've texted her. I tried calling her once, radio silence, and me and my buddies, we don't understand this one, so I could just use some help.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
confusing.
wow.
But you would, if like there's a normal excuse for it, you would want to see her again still.
It felt like there was some chemistry, so maybe things could happen, and kind of want to know if I did anything weird so that I won't do it again.
Well, and that's so straight, like, to finish all of it and then leave. Like, if there's something really weird happening, she would probably tell you in the middle of it.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it's like an old, like, horror story or something where, like, the person disappears and, you know, they've never been in that apartment for 30 years or something.
Dude, I bet that was the longest 45 minutes of your life. Just laying there, like, is she going to come back? Is she not? Like, what?
Time slowed down to a crawl.
Yeah.
I think that I have never been so scared.
Oh, man.
All right, well, we'll play a song and then come back and call her and see if we can figure it out for you with your second date, okay?
All right, thanks. I really want to figure this out.
All right, hang on. I guess you know a date's going well when your date runs out of her own apartment and leaves you there for 45 minutes and then never talks to you again.
Yeah.
If you just tuned in to today's second date, that's what happened to Sean. He went out with this girl named Jessica, and the beginning of their date was really awkward, and he could tell that, so he just called it out and was like, hey, this is awkward. Do you want to end the date? And she said, yeah. And so he started walking her back to her place, and then I guess because everything was relaxed now, they started hooking up. Mm-hmm. And then right after that, apparently, she left her apartment, left him in there for like 45 minutes until he finally just left, and he hasn't heard from her since. So we're going to try to figure it out. Sean, you ready to go?
Let's do this.
All right.
This is so, I mean, it's so weird. I can't think of any good reason I would leave a stranger in my apartment.
Yeah.
You know, other than maybe she fell in the bathroom, got amnesia, forgot you were in there, and just wandered out. Like, I feel like that's the only good situation that can happen there.
God, I could only hope that that's the case.
Yeah.
Well, we'll try to figure it out. I'm going to dial her phone number right now, okay?
Thank you so much. I got to know what's going on.
Okay, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Jessica, please?
this is she.
Hey, Jessica. I'm calling you because somebody emailed us about you.
Was it my friend Karen?
I don't think so. I haven't seen one
No.
from Karen. I'll check, though, later to see if she emailed. But no, this is from Sean.
Oh my God.
You remember Sean?
You went out with Sean.
Yes,
Well, if you know the show, you probably heard a second date before, yeah?
I know my friend Karen does. She's like obsessed with you guys.
Okay.
So that's why I asked if it was her that emailed.
Oh, gotcha. Well, a second date is where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them back after, they can email us to get you on the phone and find out what happened. So Sean emailed us and told us about the night you guys hung out and is very confused why you ditched him in your own apartment and also why you won't call him back.
Wow, he told you that.
Yeah.
It was not great. I honestly wish that this had never even happened, and I can't believe I'm reliving this on a radio show right now.
It has to be worse than not great. I mean, to leave a stranger in your apartment.
Yeah.
Wait, so can you tell us what happened on your date?
Okay, so me and Sean went out, and I had a very weird feeling from the moment that we got together. Like something was just off.
Is that why things were awkward at first? Because he told us about your date. He said things were obviously awkward between you two at the beginning of it.
Yeah, I just had a weird feeling, and I guess that like carried into how the date went.
So wait, like weird feeling like you felt like he was a serial killer? Because that's how, whenever I say weird feeling, I feel like someone is bad.
Not that I thought he was going to kill me, because I would have like left at the restaurant if that was the case. But when he said, hey, this isn't going well, I was relieved. You know, like I was relieved when he suggested that we leave. And I asked him to walk me home, and things got, you know, a little bit better. We were talking and enjoying ourselves a little bit and enjoying the conversation. And so, wait, what did he tell you?
He just said that you guys ended up going up to your place and then things were better. And then after you guys were done hanging out, then you left and didn't hear from you.
Yeah, well, there was a moment where we were sitting down and he dropped his phone. And when he reached for it, he said, oh, corn nuts.
Okay. This is after you guys have hooked up or before?
He told you that. Oh, God. This is after.
Okay.
Considering you know the details. This is after. So he drops the phone. He says, oh, corn nuts. And I realized
That's something that one of my uncles used to say all the time.
Okay, so he reminds you of your uncle or something?
Oh, no.
Well, that uncle has a son named Sean.
Wait, what?
Whoa.
So are you thinking that
What?
Sean is your cousin?
Yeah.
Shut up.
I'm still not 100% sure, but I hadn't seen him in a while if it was him. So I just panicked. I panicked and I left.
But you know what your cousin looks like, right?
I mean, I haven't seen him since we were children.
Oh.
People evolve.
And all Sean's kind of look the same.
That too.
So you think that he's your cousin and you went out with him?
That sounds so much worse when you say it.
Have you done any research into this? Like, I would be on the phone immediately with my parents, like, hey, where's cousin Sean at? What's the likelihood?
Please tell me he disappeared.
Yeah,
wait.
it's living in another country. Give me some hope.
I honestly have just wanted to pretend that this never happened. And that's kind of been my approach.
I can understand that.
Because you think you slept with your cousin.
Stop. Please stop saying that.
Oh, my God.
It's mortifying.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that'd be embarrassing. Why don't we...
I'm going to be sick.
You know what a good idea is? To check with him and see if he actually is your cousin, because he's on the other line listening to this and wants to talk to you.
What?
Yeah. Well, maybe he's still there. I don't know. Sean, are you still there?
Jessica, oh my God.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Did you hear all that?
Yeah,
Did you just hear all that?
I did. Are you Hank and Lily's daughter?
Yes.
Shut up.
So you guys are cousins?
For real?
Oh, corn nuts.
Don't say that.
Oh, my God.
How did you not recognize me?
It's
How did you not recognize me?
Your hair was so short before.
Hair grows. John.
When was the last time you guys saw... I mean, I know the last time you guys saw each other, but when was the... Before that, when was the last time you guys saw each other?
I don't know, like 15 years ago. Oh, my God.
Wow.
In the first date conversation, none of this came up. Like your family history, where you're from. Like those are things that you normally talk about. Like what your parents do.
I mean,
No.
maybe that's why it was so awkward, because we didn't think to use those conversation starters.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you know the whole time, Sean? Did you know that she was your cousin and you just hoped she wouldn't find out?
No.
Gross.
I'm just saying. Like he's like,
Come
maybe
on.
that's why we didn't think to do those things.
Look, Jessica, I had no idea. You are very attractive and you're a great kisser. But
Don't like that. Don't. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, it's probably not the best.
Not good.
Complimenting her like that's probably not the best thing to do.
I'm just being honest, all right? It's good to compliment people.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe
Why
not in
are
this
you
situation.
grossed out by this? You are not grossed out.
I'm not trying to be gross, all right? I don't know what to say right now. This is uncharted territory.
Good, I'm glad.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
Say that you're going to act like this never happened so we can move on with our lives.
Oh my gosh.
I have a very important question for you, Jessica. Have you talked to your parents?
Oh no.
No. Why? Did you?
No, I told them that I had a weird date, but I didn't get into specifics.
Oh, they have
Okay.
no idea.
Yeah, you guys might want to keep it a secret forever.
Yeah.
Unless, Jessica, you want to go on a second date with Sean, we'll pay for it.
What? I don't. Is that
No.
legal?
What?
God.
I don't
Yeah.
think we're allowed to.
No?
No, I said no. Obviously, I never want to see him again.
Oh.
Just for the record, Jessica, I feel horrible about this, and you know, if you want to meet up over coffee or something and talk about it, I'm
No, I
down.
don't want to meet up
If
over.
you need
No,
time.
I don't ever want to see you
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. Well, Sean,
think so.
I'm sorry both of you had to learn about that date.
Yeah.
But Sean, no second date.
Great. I lost a cousin too. Thank you very much.
Second date update.
We have one of our listeners named Brian on the phone for a second date update today, and I'm actually really interested to talk to him.
Okay.
Because in his email, Brian says he actually met his date the old-fashioned way.
That's nice.
I know.
Yeah.
So, Brian, you clubbed her and dragged her back to your cave for a marriage? Super old-fashioned. I like it.
Oh wow.
Romantic.
Didn't quite happen like that.
Oh good.
Oh, she clubbed you.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Oh, okay. So, I guess before we find out exactly how you met, tell us what's her name.
Jordan.
Jordan? And Jordan was not wearing a loincloth.
No, there was no loincloth involved at all.
Okay.
I'm losing interest now.
Yeah. So how did you meet Jordan?
Well, the old-fashioned way was that my mom introduced us because she works with her.
Oh, and then your mom offered her 4 cows.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah.
Dude, that's risky. So wait, your mom works with her and your mom's like, you need to date my son. And she actually agreed?
Well, she had mentioned her for a while, but she was dating someone else, and then recently she had broken up with her boyfriend, and my mom kind of swooped in and suggested that I call her, and she said okay, and then we kind of hit it off over the phone. So.
Do you normally meet girls through your mom, or is this a first?
No, this is a first, but I mean, Jordan's really beautiful, and we're all worked out great. Like, I was really excited.
Are you shocked more by how great Jordan is, or that your mom actually has good taste?
Well, I think initially I was shocked, but like now that the way it turned out, I'm kind of questioning my mom's taste. So.
Oh, because she's not calling you back, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that.
This is your fault, Mom.
Totally Mom's fault.
So what'd you guys do for your date?
I took her to a nice Italian restaurant. I wanted to impress her, and she seemed like a genuinely good-hearted person. I don't know what to say, and she had this really amazing smile, and I was just kind of like falling in love with this girl. Like,
whoa.
Oh, wow.
That's a line to drop there.
I know. I'm like, she was just so perfect.
It's like an episode of The Bachelor.
Yeah.
It really was. It really was. Even to the point where we were sharing dessert, and she says, hey, I'm having so much fun. Can we stay longer?
Oh, she said that.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, wow, okay. So we did that, and then, I paid for dinner, and I, offered to drive her home.
Okay.
And we get to her place, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm at least getting a kiss.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And as I walked her to the door, like, I see there's a guy standing there.
Wait, where? Standing where?
Standing by the door. Whoa. And she says under her breath, she's like, oh, no, that's my ex. Right.
What?
Right. And I was like, all right. He wasn't confrontational, though. He was nice and kind of apologized for intruding. And
oh, it's an old-fashioned three-way now.
Wait, why was her ex there? Did you ask?
Well, he says, I need to speak to you for a second. And he was like, I'll go wait in the car. And I don't know, after that, she was just totally different. She had this like look of concern on her face, I would say. And
yeah,
I was like, look, I understand relationships are complicated. I understand breakups can be weird. And I just wanted to give her space to kind of take care of this.
And did she mention on the date her ex at all?
She said she got out of a relationship recently. So
okay.
We talked about it a little bit, and I knew it was still kind of fresh, but she seemed like she was, ready to start dating again and kind of had moved on.
And I'm taking it you did not get the kiss at the door like you thought.
I mean, no, I didn't get the kiss at the door. And we just said our goodbyes, and as I was leaving, I see, like, he's getting out of his car in my rearview mirror, and he's walking up to the house.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
So after that, I texted her, and she only texted me back one time, and she said, I'm sorry, it's not going to work. Thanks for a wonderful dinner. And then she said, I will never forget it.
Oh, man. So that's kind of open and close, though.
Right. So don't you, that means she's for sure back with him, right? That's what everyone's thinking.
I'm assuming, but like...
So wait, your mom set you up and she works with her. Has your mom not gotten the scoop for you?
I asked her, but she said she feels a little awkward about it. And,
yeah.
She mentioned it to Jordan, and Jordan, she was like kind of like brushed her off. So I'm not really sure what happened.
So what are you hoping to get out of this phone call right now? Are you looking to get a second date, or are you just looking to find a reason and figure out what happened?
Well, I mean, if they got back together, I need you guys to break it up.
Wait,
Okay.
is that a joke or is that not a joke?
No, it'd be great if you could.
What?
Okay.
That's priority one. She's the real deal. I need to see her again. So.
All right.
Oh, my God.
I'm up for this.
You're up for breaking up a relationship for this guy.
For our listener, Brian, yeah, I'm willing to go do whatever it takes. So we're going to play a song right now, Brian. We're going to do some research, dig up some dirt on whoever this guy is, and then we'll come back and call Jordan for you and get your second date update, okay?
There is no fallback. You must break them up.
All right.
Okay, well, let the social media stalking begin. We got a couple minutes here.
Yeah, we're going to end a relationship right after this.
I know you're kidding, but I really hope you do.
Second date update.
Brian, I've been thinking more about it, and I've decided I'm going to do something for you that I've never done before.
What's that?
We've done hundreds of second date updates, and you're the only person I'm going to hang up on right now. So thank you. Goodbye.
No. Why?
I don't think you have a very good chance,
Oh.
honestly.
I actually agree with Jeffrey
And
on that one.
you know what? If we try and get a second date and we fail, it's going to make our show look bad. And I don't want to do that to us. So, Brian, I'm sorry. Maybe call us back when you have better odds.
No, you don't understand. Like, I can't stop thinking about her. Like,
Yeah.
I can't even imagine my life without her.
Whoa. Okay, buddy. I mean, see, this is what. Sorry, there's something about this that bothers me, Brian, and this is what it is. I finally realized when you said that. It's that you're the dude that always wants what he can't have. And you know what? Fast forward 6 months from now, you're suddenly going to be bored in a relationship with Jordan.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, sure.
No,
Dude, ladies know what I'm talking about, okay? If she didn't have a boyfriend, would you be saying things like that?
I wouldn't even be talking to you right now because I'd be with her right now, and I wouldn't need a second date update.
Okay.
Yeah, see?
I don't know,
Or I would be talking to you at our wedding.
See?
I believe in love.
That's the stuff that I'm talking about.
I believe in love, and I think this is your one shot, bro. I have your back.
Thank you.
Well, in case you're just tuning in, we're in the middle of a second date update, and Brian desperately wants another chance at love. I'm saying the L word because Brian said he was falling in love on his first date, like a crazy person would say. But we like crazy people. And so, anyway, at the end of Brian's date, he got a very rude surprise when the girl's ex was waiting at the door to talk to her. And afterwards, she sent Brian a text saying, basically, you know, I had a great time, but you're out.
Yeah.
So we don't know if she's actually back with her ex or not. But if she is, she's not going to be for long because we're going to break them up.
Right.
Yeah, that's what we said.
That is our goal today. Break people up,
How do we do
especially if
that?
they've been in love for a long time.
It's fine. They're already in a cycle. I mean, they broke up once. They'll probably do it again. That's usually how that cycle works.
All right. Brian, are you ready to make Jordan possibly cry?
If it means that she'll get back together with me, then yeah, let's make her cry.
Oh my God.
That's
All
a
right.
spirit.
I'm into it.
Oh, this is terrible.
Okay, we're going to dial her number right now. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Jordan, please?
This is Jordan.
Hi, Jordan.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello? Who's this?
Oh, my name's Young Jeffrey.
Yeah, she doesn't know who you are.
That's right. That's how phone calls work. You can't see me, can you? My name's Young Jeffrey. I work on the radio.
Okay. What's up?
Well, not too much. We're calling you because we're doing something called a second date update. Do you know what that is?
Maybe? I'm not sure.
Well, to jog your memory, in case you might know, it's a segment that we do where someone who's getting blown off emails us and they ask us to call the person they recently went on a date with to find out why they're not getting in contact with them anymore.
Oh.
So you recently went out with a guy named Brian.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And it sounds like you had a great time with Brian.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. You know, we went on, like...
That doesn't sound very promising.
Oh my God, that's the worst response you could have to that.
Well, Brian told us a little bit about what happened, and he said that your ex was there at the end of the night.
Yeah.
And then after he had a run-in with your ex, you texted him that it's basically over.
Well, I mean, it's been really hard. Like, Brian's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't want to hurt him or anything, you know, just things happen in life, so...
So you hurt him.
And it was just, it was just one date. I mean,
yeah, just I don't know. Like I have so much history with my ex. I mean, we've been dating since high school.
Oh, girl, you're in that cycle.
Well, yeah. I mean, like he's been at my parents' house like every holiday, birthdays, my parents' anniversaries. Like we've just a lot together. Like we've experienced everything, you know. And I don't know. I really love him. So.
Okay, wait though. Can I just ask you?
Yeah.
Because it sounds like you're with your ex. I guess now your current boyfriend, simply because of history. And I'm going to tell you, that is not a long-lasting reason to be with somebody.
Well, it's more than that. I mean, it's more than just history. Like, we had a rocky, patch, because he broke up with me. Like, there was this bartender girl he met one night, and he's out with his friends. Like, I was upset about it. And I was like, what are you doing leaving me for a trip like that? You know, like, it's like a dirty bartender's been with, like, over 100 guys or whatever. But he's like, oh, it's time for me to try something new and spread my wings. And so at first I was depressed and I'm angry. And then I wasn't going to let this happen. So just, like, this date came up, and I was like, you have to play dirty.
Like, what's left?
Oh, wait, so
Wait,
you use Brian to make your ex jealous?
Don't judge me until you hear the whole story.
Oh, I'm not judging you. I've definitely done the same thing. We're fine. Yeah.
So what happened?
So earlier that week that we went out, like I planned for my ex and I to exchange things at my house.
Yeah.
So I scheduled my date with Brian the same evening because I was like, well, at least I'll get my bang for my buck, and I'll make my ex jealous. So I knew he'd be there when we got back from dinner. And honestly, everything did go perfectly. Like, my ex saw me with another guy having fun. He got jealous. Like, when I got out of the car, like, I did an extra loud laugh.
Wow, you are the worst.
No,
That's a
she's
solid move.
not.
It's a solid move.
It was fine. Like, whatever. We had a nice time. I snuggled up next to Brian's arm while we walked. Like, I even acted surprised and concerned in front of Brian. Like, I really tried to sell it.
Well, how do you think that Brian feels being used like this?
Honestly, if he feels bad, he should just get over it. It was just one date.
Well, I don't know if he can, especially now that he knows that you set the whole thing up just to get back with your ex.
Well, he's not going to know if you don't tell him.
Well, I don't have to tell him because you already told him.
I don't get it.
We didn't tell you this, but Brian has actually been on the phone and has been listening this whole time.
What?
Yeah.
Sorry.
You guys tricked me?
Yeah.
Is tricking not allowed in your world?
We're
Yeah, I don't
also
know.
not in a healthy relationship, Jordan.
Brian.
How could you do this? I really like you.
Okay, I don't even know. Like, he shouldn't have heard everything. He shouldn't have heard everything.
Well, he did hear it, and you need to talk with him about it right now.
Yeah.
But so when did you even come up with this plan? I mean, you're just using me?
I mean, I was just looking for somebody to make my ex jealous. Like, your mom showed me your picture. I don't know. I was just like, okay, he'll do.
Oh, no, he'll do.
I mean, Brian, you could take that as a compliment. Like, you're hot enough to make your ex jealous, which means, I'm being for real.
Good
which
angle.
means that you're a step up because nobody's going to go out with a fugly person.
That's true.
After an ex. That doesn't look like a good rebound.
Silver lining?
Jordan, why don't you just tell me now? What else did you lie about? I want to know.
I lied about wanting dessert on the date. I needed to stay with you at the
man.
restaurant longer.
I thought we had a moment there. That was a lie.
I was just trying to time it. Well,
The creme brulee was a lie?
Wait, so you never felt anything at all towards me? I honestly don't know how I'm going to trust anyone ever again after this.
Oh, no.
stop being dramatic. It was one date. We didn't even kiss. You're overreacting.
Oh, man.
I am so with Jordan on this one. Brian.
You're with her. You're supposed to be helping me right now.
Man.
What is going on here?
Yeah, bro.
You're never going to trust anyone again after your first date lied to you. I mean, it's kind of like newsflash. Everybody lies on a first date in some way.
Sometimes you click, right?
I know. Brooke is never honest with her husband, and that's how she got married.
It's not that. It's just like...
It's the key to a successful relationship. Zero truth.
I'm just saying it didn't work out, Brian. You were dropping a lot of big words after barely knowing someone and obviously not knowing anything about them.
It doesn't change how I feel. I mean, I feel like I was duped. Like, it just isn't right.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm giving you that's fair.
Yeah.
You did a really good thing. Like, I have to thank you, because without you, I wouldn't have gotten back together with my ex.
Oh,
so that's really nice of you.
Rubbing it in.
No, he's a matchmaker.
Yes.
You're such a...
Whoa.
Okay.
All right.
And I
Let's
think
back it up,
I
Brian.
think that is the right time to ask if you guys would like to go on a second date. We will pay for it if you guys go out.
Yeah, if I ever need you again, are you okay if I call?
No.
Oh, man. I'm sure I'll cheat on you soon anyway.
Oh,
come
God. It's getting
Oh,
dirty.
just get over it. Get over it, Brian.
He's probably cheating on you right now while you're on this call.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
All right. Well,
Okay.
okay. Well, so no second date for you, Brian.
Sorry,
but
man.
you know what? I feel really bad for you.
Yeah,
Like, you
great.
shouldn't have been put through this situation. And I'm sure that one of our listeners would love to lie to you two to get back with their ex. So text in 78592.
Oh, man.
Would you like to go out with Brian and get back together with your ex? We'll pay for it.
I hear you're good arm candy, Brian.
Oh, God, you guys.
I hate you guys so much.
Aw, that's sweet.
Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
It always sucks when you meet somebody and you hit it off, like texting back and forth. Everything seems cool, and then they just sort of fade away. And you're like, what did I do wrong?
Yeah.
Did I meet somebody else? Did I say something weird? And you like check your text over and over again. You're like, oh my God, I put ... when I should have put a comma.
Too many smiley
You
faces.
just start thinking about it too much. Like, what did I say? It's even worse when that person actually texts you and says, hey, don't text me anymore. And that's what happened to Jake, who is on the phone with us right now. Jake, what's up? How are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. So the girl that you want us to call today actually said, don't call me anymore.
Yeah, she did.
That's brutal.
And did anything happen leading up to that you can think of, or she just all of a sudden said it?
I really don't know. I've gone over everything a million times. She just one day just said, I need you to stop texting me, and that was that. That was the last I heard of her.
First of all, why don't you explain who this girl is? Who do you want us to call today?
Her name is Isabella.
Isabella.
She's a friend of a friend. I met her at a party at my place, and she was just amazing. She had great hair, She was like the perfect height. I'm not a really particularly tall guy, but
What is the perfect height?
I like women who are a little on the short side, like 5 foot, 5'1", something like that. And
Yeah.
she was right there.
If you're a short dude, most of the time you like somebody who's smaller than you. Me, I personally like women who are taller than me because I think it's funny when they have to bend down to kiss me, but that's just me. So you met her at your house at a party. You hung out that night.
Yeah, she came in with a bunch of my friends, and I immediately just made a beeline for her and just said, I said hi to my friends, and then and I introduced myself, and we just started talking.
And were you somewhat sober, or were you guys pretty sloppy by the end of the evening?
I wasn't too drunk. I was a little tipsy, but she was pretty drunk at the end of the night.
And by the whole night, you mean the whole night?
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, she got there around like 10, and then the party started winding down right around 2 or 3 in the morning.
Jake, I didn't ask really how long she was there. I was asking if you did her.
That's why he
Did you guys hook up?
I mean, this is not the kind of girl that would happen with. This is the kind of girl I would take home to my mom.
Did she stay at your place?
She did, actually. She asked if she could crash in my apartment. So I set up my couch, asked her, here's my couch. You can have a blanket, and here's a pillow. And I've asked her if she wanted anything else, but she said she wanted to, if it was possible, to sleep in my room, in my bed with me.
Oh.
Nice. And you, of course, said yes to that.
Well, yeah.
And nothing happened between you two?
Nothing really. I mean, we just ended up kind of cuddling a little bit, and we kissed a little bit, but that was it. Nothing ever happened. I have nothing but respect for this woman. She's perfect.
So she obviously liked you enough to follow up with you after that night. How did your text conversations go? Like before she stopped talking to you?
Well, at first they were nice. We just talked about stuff we talked about that night and here and there. And then over time, as we text each other a little bit more after a few days, she just started not texting as much. And then they started feeling a little cold.
Mm-hmm.
And then she just said, I need you to stop texting me.
What was the last thing you had sent to her before she cut you off?
All I did was ask her if she wanted to hang out this weekend.
Ooh.
And that's when she said, stop texting me?
Yeah.
How much were you texting her?
I mean, we were texting each other pretty often. I mean, in the beginning, it was maybe once
No, Jake, I didn't ask how much you were texting each other. How much were you texting her?
Mm-hmm. A lot, let's just say. I was texting her a lot.
All right. Do you think it's too much, or do you think there's anything that you said in any of your text messages? I guarantee you've read over all of them by now if you're wondering why she told you to stop texting her.
I didn't say anything offensive. I didn't say anything that could be even remotely controversial. So I don't know. I really don't know. I mean...
And there's no interaction you've had outside of texting, like say on Facebook, you don't have anything super offensive up there that she could have disliked?
No. I really don't think I do anything wrong. I mean, I listen to you guys all the time. I know what people have done wrong in the past. I'm not the kind of guy that does that stuff.
You're not withholding any weird information from us, are you? Because that's usually what happens. Okay.
No.
You sound like just a generally nice guy.
Maybe because I'm thinking about it too much, but maybe that's it. The whole... Because I couldn't... Throughout the night, I just couldn't say no to her. I brought her drinks. I just brought things over to her. I just said pretty much yes to everything. Yes, you can stay at my place. Yes, you can stay in my bed.
A little bit of a doormat, you think?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. The next time, offer to get her a drink. Go get it for her and then drink it right in front of her.
Or
and
spill
then go
it
say,
on
hey,
her.
it's pretty good. You might want to go get your own. All right, man. We're going to play a song, come back, see if we can get her on the phone and get your second date update, okay?
All right.
All right, man. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Jake, I think I figured out what your problem is.
What's that?
Well, you're having problems with a girl named Isabella who you want us to call. You were texting with her a bunch, and then she finally just said, hey, don't text me anymore. Now, I was talking to everybody here off the air kind of about the situation and what they think it could be. Everybody in here thinks you're annoying. And
not true.
I personally don't feel that way. I think you sound like a nice guy to me, but
Don't listen
I mean,
to
they
him,
say
Jake.
you might be kind of annoying. Maybe you were kind of annoying to her and texting her too much. I think you're a great guy. I don't think you're annoying at all.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But do you think that's a possibility, though? Do you think that maybe you just texted her too much after you met her and she finally was like, okay, this guy's a little overboard?
Right. That is possible.
Okay.
God, you're a nice guy. If she does end up saying something that's mean, just, don't let it crush you too much, okay, Jake?
All right.
Just prepare.
All right, I'm going to dial the phone number right now, see if we can get her on the phone, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Isabella, please?
She's not here.
Okay. Who am I speaking with?
Can I help you?
Yeah, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. I'm moving 92.5. Who am I speaking with?
This is Aaron. So, what do you want to talk to Isabella about?
This is Isabella's cell phone, correct?
Yeah, she's just not home. Something I can do for you?
Yeah. First of all, who are you, Aaron?
Who am I?
Yeah.
I'm Isabella's significant other.
You're her boyfriend?
Yeah.
Nice. How long have you guys been together?
I don't even know what you're calling about. Why do you want to know?
Well, we do a segment on our show, and it's going to kind of be an awkward conversation here, Aaron. We do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update.
Uh-huh.
And that's where if a listener of ours goes out on a date with somebody and ends up getting blown off, we get an email from them asking if we can call that person and ask why. So somebody sent us an email about Isabella.
That doesn't even make sense.
How long have
someone...
you... Yeah, somebody recently met Isabella and has been texting with her and thought that everything was going well. And then Isabella kind of stopped responding to him and told them not to text anymore. And they were hoping to get a second date.
Are
you
I
in
think
it?
you got the
Are
wrong
you in it?
person. We're together. So there's no way she's going out on a date with someone else,
Yeah, right. No.
especially not recently.
Hey, Aaron, I don't want to try to blow up her spot. Like, this might not be a bad thing. How long have you guys been together? Because it could be that she just recently met a guy or whatever.
No, it's not even possible. We've been together for a long time, on and off. So maybe during one of those off periods, something could have happened. But even that seems unlikely.
I know this is probably a hard phone call to take and to hear.
Not hard to hear because it doesn't make sense. It's not even possible.
Aaron, a guy emailed us, and he's been texting with Isabella. They met at a party a few weeks ago, hung out, had a good time. He thought that she was into him, and then she said, don't text me anymore, and stopped texting him. That's why he wanted us to call.
Right, but I'm on her phone now. I've checked her phone. There's no text messages from any guy. Okay, I can assure you of that.
You check her phone all the time?
Enough. We trust each other, whatever,
I like trust. 2 weeks ago, were you guys together or on a break? Because you said you guys have breaks.
Look, it's really none of your business at this point. It's not.
You don't even want to know if maybe your girlfriend is cheating on you?
Who the are you? I've already answered all of your dumb questions, so I think you need to off.
I'm just trying to help you get to the bottom of it because this is the phone number that we got from another dude who said that he met Isabella.
Look, if you have some guy that's calling you, then why don't you tell him he's mistaken and he's got the wrong person and she's got a boyfriend and to just, back off and stop harassing her.
Okay. I'll do that for you. Hey, Jake, back off. Isabella has a boyfriend. His name is Aaron.
This is so uncomfortable.
Aaron, Jake, the guy who says he met Isabella, is actually on the phone with us right now. Jake, say hi to Aaron.
Hey. So how long have you guys been dating? You never really answered that question. Who the are you? I'm not even going to answer this. I don't even know who you are. I don't want to know who you are. You sound like a little bit of a dweeb, and I don't think she ever. I met Isabella 2 weeks ago. Here's the deal. We hung out for the whole night. She stayed in my bed. But it doesn't sound like you guys are really into each other. You won't even say how long you've been dating. All right, dude. Here's the deal.
I don't know who the you are. I don't have a problem with you, but you keep pushing down this road, we're going to have a problem. You need to back off. I don't know what you got going on. You've made a mistake, all right?
Jake,
why don't we just ask Isabella who she wants to why don't we ask Isabella?
Yeah.
She wants.
Why don't we ask Isabella?
Oh, God, this is so
Aaron?
uncomfortable.
I mean, I know you have her phone right now, but how can we get a hold of her?
I'm not going to give you any of your info.
Where is she? She must be coming back soon.
This is ridiculous. I am with Isabella. We are together. No, you can't talk to her. No, we're not going to go through. I'm not going to listen to this pseudo shrink try to tell me that my relationship isn't working out. All right? So off.
You
You're on a
maybe
radio show.
maybe you guys weren't together 2 weeks ago.
It was 2 weeks ago, Aaron. That's when Jake says he met Isabella, and she spent the night at his house.
In his bed.
In his bed. They made out. I mean, I feel bad for...
You don't feel that bad.
Not
though.
really.
That's
Not that bad.
And Jake,
But Aaron, I mean, that 2 weeks ago, were you on a break 2 weeks ago?
I'm not getting into this with you guys. Obviously, I'm going to talk to her and see what's going on here.
I don't think they were on a break 2 weeks ago.
Jake, why do you keep pushing this? I mean, why would you even want to see Isabella at this point, dude?
Look, I understand people sometimes are in relationships just because they're convenient at the time. Maybe this is just because it's convenient.
This is insane. This is not happening, dude. Find another girl, all right?
I can't speak for her. No one speaks for
Why don't you,
anybody.
when you move out of your parents' house, why don't you go find a girl, all right?
Jake, you keep worrying about what she wants, but the last text message she sent you was not to talk to her again. So maybe she doesn't want to talk.
Well, how do we know it's not him who just sent that? How do we know he's telling the truth?
That's a good
about all
point.
this?
I feel bad for Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron, did you send that text message to Jake telling him not to text her anymore?
This is a total waste of my time. I don't know what you guys got going on, but you got the wrong guy on the wrong day. I'm out, and I'm done talking to you, and I'm done talking to that guy, and I do not listen to your radio show.
Hey,
so
no,
get
well,
over
that's
it,
what I was going to
all
ask you, if you would still tune in on occasion.
Yeah.
If you could check us out.
Yeah, sure. You
Moving
know
Nine.
what? Why don't you send your autographed picture to someone else, because I don't give a okay?
We play all the hits. I mean, come on.
Oh, God.
Hello?
Yeah, I don't think.
No, he's gone.
Yeah.
Hey, Jake,
Yep.
what did you think of all that?
It sounded like he's really up in her business the whole time. He's controlling what she says to people.
It sounds like she's not in a very healthy relationship.
Yeah, but I mean, it is her choice.
She's in a horrible relationship.
Yeah, but it doesn't. I mean, you're walking into a freaking pile of tornado craziness. That didn't even make sense, but you know what I'm saying. Stay away from the situation.
Well, maybe that's why I should talk to her. Maybe she needs help. I mean, she sounds like she's trapped with this crazy guy.
Yes.
It sounds like trash. She probably doesn't have a job.
Yeah.
But he's controlling her.
Yeah,
I mean,
so you feel like you want to rescue her from
No,
this.
Jake.
Yeah. I want to help her. She sounds like she needs help.
All right, well, good luck in your quest, Jake. And as I always do at the end of Second Date Updates, I have to ask, I would love to send you out on a date by yourself, because Isabella has a boyfriend and currently won't do that with you. Maybe I can send you to like a kickboxing class so you learn how to defend yourself when this guy kicks your ass.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.